And here we are again, a show where 12 competitors compete against the shock. It is the LevelMania Challenge. I am your host, Chemix, and today we'll be taking a look at the Day 6 run for the competitors. If you don't know anything about the LevelMania Challenge and want to learn a little bit more about what's going on here, there's a card that will be up in the top right for you to take a look at to the playlist. Feel free to look at that first so that way you can get all caught up with the episodes and everything that's going on here. But if you're all ready to go, then the competitors are all lined up for you, and we're going to go ahead and get started. And here we have our 12 competitors sitting in line, ready to go, and it looks like 6 of them will be unfortunately cut out before they can even get started. Sorry for them, but the show must move on for the others. And so as you can see, half of the competitors are gone. Now we have 6 left in order to get themselves moving. Up in the top left, we have Malbourne, currently the leader of the LevelMania Challenge, actually being able to get a little bit more going here. So the king manages to stay on top for the time being. And in the next spot, we have Marienda looking in Ajara. The Fire Mage has had very good runs up until this point, so we're expecting more from her, at least a minimum of 2 levels. We'll see what she ends up giving us for now. Of course, in the top right, we have Gruelstack, also having a pretty good run himself. Gruelstack only really having one bad day, and that was at the very beginning. Since then, he's actually been able to do quite a good recovery. Longhail also is one of those situations where he's been doing pretty good on the run scale, so we're going to be expecting to see great things from him later on. He's definitely going to be a top contender. We have Yundel at the bottom middle, which of course she's looking like she's about to level here, and there it is on the screen right now. Looks like she's about to get to level 10, and let's see if she's actually safe to continue rolling. It looks like that is a correct option for her, so she's going to be able to get up to level 11 guaranteed. But as well as for Yundel, basically she has had a kind of okay run. There's been definitely some flops and flukes in the end there, but she is actually at least able to get something going here. So props to her for being able to do that. Maybe she can actually get herself back into this competition. And then of course in the bottom right you have Stalwrath. Now Stalwrath has been one of the biggest flops we've seen for the entire challenge. First day he was a leader, then he got knocked off, fell back to the bottom position, and now he finds himself trying to get out of the just starting zone at this point. He's had a couple of days where he's just been messing up, not really been able to get anything going here, so this is an opportunity to really redeem himself in this regard. But hopefully he can get something going here. Stalwrath going ahead and getting to level 5, it looks like. Let's see if he's able to get any further levels. And he does. He actually gets the top fortress roll, so he's able to stay on and gets 2 more levels on top of it. So he is guaranteed to level 7. And as you can see, we're going to go ahead and speed up the footage here a little bit. There isn't a lot going on in between these other runs, so nothing to really take note of until I'd say about a minute later after we get through the speed up. But this is basically what we're going to do whenever we think there's not going to be a level or there's not going to be enough stuff in between in order to keep you in the competitive aspect of things. So it's going to be interesting to see who gets what at this end run, especially with the top 4 competitors right now up in the top section at this moment. So they definitely have a chance to really open up this lead, especially with the people who are on the bottom not exactly being that far out. A lot of the middle ground in this particular run was just kind of cut, and that's not really good for them, as that will just kind of open the gap up in between the top and middle classes. But who knows, maybe we'll see them get this run, and then the next day there might be a flop for all the top class. So it's just dependent on how the situation goes. It looks like Stalwrath is going to be the next one to get another level right here. No surprise there. He's still sitting in the starting zone, so he's probably likely to get the most experience points at this point. He gets himself out to level 6, and of course he's guaranteed to level 7, so we probably won't see him roll for a little while. But as you can see, things are starting to slow down a little bit. It's likely because of Longhail and Yundel, both of them actually getting pretty close to getting a level here, as well as my lane. Well, not at my lane, but Gruelstack up there in the top right. Sorry, the Pandaren starting zone threw me off a little bit, along with the tunnel that he's sitting in. There's a very similar area in the what is it called? The Dawning Isle? So something along those lines. Either way, there is a very similar zone to that. So apologize to Gruelstack for that. But all the same, we've got a couple people getting really close here. It looks like Yundel is going to be the next one to move again. So 2 levels for Yundel, 2 levels for Stalwrath. Nobody else has quite gotten any other levels just yet, but it's definitely looking good for them. And she gets a roll right here. She's trying to get a roll anyway, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to see it, because Longhail also getting himself a level at this moment, moving up to level 12. So a little bit ahead of Yundel and is able to keep going. So good on him for that. It looks like Yundel is also still on the screen. So safe to go there. It looks like she's got a 7. So she's guaranteed up to level 12. Yundel's, or rather, Longhail's guaranteed up to level 13. So we've got a few people getting close to getting a lot more going for them. Gruul's Tack is probably likely the next one to level here, unless Stalwrath does it again. It looks like he's already getting ready to get to level 7. It could go either way at this moment, but very good competition for the bottom tier so far. They are the ones that have leveled the most. The others have not yet even gotten a single thing going yet. So it could also be potentially to the fact that some of the areas are maybe a little bit more slow to level in. We'll see in a moment here. It looks like Gruul's Tack is probably going to finally get himself touching up on the screen here in just a couple of moments. But it's possible that, like I said, we'll have another person slip in from the bottom tier. Nope, it's going to be Gruul's Tack here right now. And wait, where's the level? There it is right there. He actually gets it from exploring his own. Let's see if he has to roll. He does, and the roll will knock him out. Okay, so that's going to make him unable to be staying into this challenge. It's unfortunate for him, but he was doing good strides, so at least he was able to get 1 level, so he goes from 16 to 17. So you now have the top 2 leaders taking the top of the board here. They get most of the screen time, while the other ones at the bottom still have to kind of struggle holding the attention of everybody else just due to the fact how small their screens are. Teeny tiny, but all the same, you know, they've had a good run up this far, and they, you know, like I said, the whole goal for the bottom tier will be to simply close the gap, right? They're not going to be able to probably take the lead. It's very unlikely, but getting to close the gap, that would be good for them. And Malbourne actually getting another level right here, so the king manages to keep himself secure and stays for yet another level, so he's guaranteed up to 21. That's good for him. You know, being able to open that gap up, especially with the only other person on screen currently being Marienda, who can get close to him, you know, that's really probably something he'd want to see at this point. So good on him. He's got it going still, but there is still a chance that somebody else could get another level here soon. It's looking like, again, Stalwrath's probably the closest, Longhail being second, Marienda third, Yundel fourth, and of course the Malbourne, who just managed to get himself 1 level here, is currently last to get 1. Stalwrath now getting himself back on screen here, looking like he's about to get another flight path, but like I said, he was guaranteed up to level 7. Let's see if he's able to stay into this round, and no, he's not. So Stalwrath finds himself out of the competition, a little bit closer to getting towards that, you know, that middle spot there, but unfortunately he's going to still find himself in last due to that. But a better run for Stalwrath than what we've seen in the past few runs, so good on him. He's actually, you know, making progress instead of just kind of having to sit back and watch things happen. And as you can see on screen here, it looks like Malbourne is deciding to go ahead and get on screen here, looking at that war mode. So Malbourne decides to go ahead and switch on war mode. Very interesting that we were able to see this from him. So, you know, I guess, you know, whenever it comes to that, people are open to do it. So let's see what he actually ends up doing with that kind of power in his hands. I know at this point they believe, I think you get like a 10% increase on experience points, so that's definitely going to be able to help him in the Northwind starting zones, especially since that just seems to be a little bit of a slower area to actually do this in. But, you know, I'm not one to judge. He may have his reasons. He may see that there's a bulk area that he can get. Who actually knows what the reason is that Malbourne's there, but all the same, he's allowed to do that as he pleases. So, of course, it looks like Longhail is probably going to be the next one to get another level here. It's looking really close for him. It could be Marienda, but I highly doubt it. It doesn't really seem like she's got any quests lined up or anything ready to go. The interesting thing about Longhail in his area is he picked Warlords of Draenor. So Warlords of Draenor is actually one of those really fast zones, and as you can see right here, Longhail's about to try to get another level here potentially. It looks like he's gonna have to do a Mind Blast, and there it is right there. Let's see what he gets. No, so Longhail is out of the question right now, so that was his final level. Unfortunate for him, but, you know, it was a good run. 2 levels, not bad at all. But, you know, going back to it, Warlords of Draenor is probably one of those fast leveling zones, I would say. Probably one of the fastest ones you could go through really quickly. There's a lot of bulk quests and a lot of different places, so you could just kind of stack up quests and then turn them in, and then you get a lot of experience. So really, Longhail probably has one of the best advantages in terms of, you know, just a fast starting zone overall. But I don't right now it seems like it's not quite helping him just yet. As we can see, there's still a few people on screen getting themselves a few more experience points, the big ones being Malbourne and Marienda kind of breaking themselves away, and even Yundel, who is, you know, falling behind a little bit here, has a chance to kind of catch back up with the Tauren. So we're going to see how that all works out for them, but either way, it looks like Marienda is probably going to be potentially the next level up right here. I'm not, like I said, I'm not too sure. There's a couple of other things that could go on here. Again, Yundel is actually about to turn into a quest, so I think that maybe Yundel instead of Marienda, but it's going to come close between these two. We'll see here. Looks like Yundel is actually the one to get another one, so this is going to be her 3rd level for the night. Very good run for her as well. You know, she's had 3, and, you know, that's all you can really expect for her. And, you know, unfortunately, she's out. But, you know, like I said, not a bad run. Able to get herself into the double digits, so you really want that sort of thing, and you got it. So you're at least able to kind of find yourself back into this competition, or potentially able to do so. You're only under 10, excuse me, you're only under about a couple of levels here from the other competition, so you can't really, like I said, you can't really complain. You know, you're at least able to find your way back into potentially taking into the top spots and taking some leads here. So good on her. But now we're gonna go ahead and switch over to Marienda, who is getting another level right there. Let's see if she's able to stay, and she gets a 10 out of 18, so she is safe to go for now. She gets the guarantee at the level 19. And once more, we're gonna see a little bit of a speed up here. It looks like a couple of them are gonna need a little bit of time to actually get some leveling experience here. As you can see on the top, no, excuse me, not on the top, but you can see on the left, you can see that Malbourne is about 50% and Marienda is about 25%. So like I said, it may be a little bit before we see one of them actually get that level up, but I'm thinking it's going to be Malbourne next, simply because both of the starting zones that they have here have been pretty well consistent with a slower experience. You know, there's not really one that's been faster than the other, at least not from what I'm seeing so far. You know, Malbourne's gotten 1 level, Marienda got 1 level, but Malbourne got it first, so it's kind of a tricky situation to see who can really get it first, but we're going to basically rate it on Malbourne here. You can also take a look at Malbourne, just see how quickly he's killing things. Like, you know, he's able to pick up 3, 4, 5 mobs at a time and just mow them all down. That affliction spell is really powerful for him, especially when you just dot everything and you use Malefic Rupture. It's a very good ability for him, and as you can see, Malbourne is going to go ahead and take that next step into the realm here, and it looks like he gets to level 18, or rather level 21, but he gets an 18, so there you go. He has another opportunity to get something going here, and again, another speed up right here. It seems like it's going to be a little bit of time between next levels, but yeah, we're definitely thinking that Marienda is going to be the next one to get another level here soon. But yeah, like I said, Malbourne is trying to break away. He's trying to get a lead here and trying to open it up so that way he can really, you know, have a comfortable spot in this competition. So I can't really blame him. You know, he's had a decent run at this point, and you know, it just continues to go like this for him. You know, there's been a couple times where he's flopped, but overall it's been a big burst of levels, and just nobody's been able to catch up with him at this point. So as long as, you know, Marienda doesn't keep leveling as well, you may see him break away here, which I don't know. Like, you know, Marienda might end up finding her way back into the whole situation here, and if she does, well, more power to her. She's actually able to get something going here. But well, you know, there's a chance that things may break off right here. As you can see, Marienda getting close to getting a level right here, and she does in fact get one right there. Looks like level 19. Is she able to stay on is the question. We're going to try to see that roll, and no, she does not. So Marienda finds herself out of the situation. Unfortunate for her, and our final competitor on the run is Malbourne. So Malbourne has once again done it. He's once again made himself the spotlight of the screen as he goes back and forth trying to figure out how to put together a dadgum alchemy table. But it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not like we were looking for a competition anyway. You know, I'm messing around, by the way. It's, you know, it's good that he's able to get something going here. It's really going to make the incentive for other people to start to work harder, try to get some more levels in, try to get it quicker too. As you can see, he's actually able to kill things really quick. Even though we're in a speed up time zone, it just kind of feels like he's able to get things a lot quicker. And you know, this is probably not the best example, but we've seen this a couple times where he has just been able to dot down 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 things and just kill them that way. And really, that what it comes down to is, like I said, Affliction Warlocks are really powerful. You just saw it right there, 4 things at once. A very powerful spec to be playing at this moment. Shadowlands has really given the opportunity for Affliction Warlocks to kind of spread their wings. You know, Battle for Azeroth didn't really give them that opportunity. and you know, it's been a while since we've seen a lot of powerful Affliction Warlocks, but here he is right here, like I said, just killing things, even maybe one at a time, whatever the case may be. He's still able to get something going here, so a really good run for him thus far, and you know, we can't really complain. He's probably going to get another level here soon. So far he hasn't gotten any levels regarding you know, ever since like Miranda fell off the board here. It looks like she got level 22 a little bit earlier, so maybe I'm a little bit wrong in that statement, but it was only like a couple of seconds afterwards, so things could definitely, you know, kind of stand at a standstill for him. I'm not too sure. Like I said, with the speed up, it could be difficult to tell. He did go ahead and get level 23 right there, so good on him for being able to do that. Again, just, you know, making sure that we've got everything that we need to watch here. He's got abominations, everything else going on for him. It's a really good situation for the leader at this moment. He has a lot of opportunity to really open up a lead here, and whenever you're doing this challenge like this, where if you lose the lead, you basically fall off, that's a good thing. So for him, it's going to be really good for him to actually open this up. Downside, of course, is that we may not see as big of a competition as we were hoping for, but you never know. Like, there's an opportunity that he could just have a bunch of flopping days and then just things go out of his way. Who actually knows what will end up happening, but all the same, it's been a good run for him thus far. He's had multiple runs like this, or multiple days like this, where he's just been the leader of the pack, and you know, there's been no signs of stopping for him. So good on him for this. It looks like he's going to go ahead and get a couple more kills going on this moment. Had to run all the way to Camp Winterhoof, by the way. That's one advantage that, like I said, I don't see in Northrend. It's a vast place, and you know, he doesn't have flying yet, so it's looking like he's having to do a lot of running around, and you know, with the quest not being as compact as they probably could be, it definitely isn't something that I would recommend as a leveler. But you know, all the same, like I said, it's working for him. It may be due partially to the fact that there's been a lot of times where he's been standing upright while others have fallen and only getting like 1 or maybe 2 levels, where he is getting like 4 or 5 or 6 sometimes. You know, in this run alone, he's gotten now 3 levels, right? He just shot himself up to level 24 right there. So he's definitely had a very successful movement against the shock. Like, it hasn't really taken him out too much, so that might be part of it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just I didn't expect that. He ran right into the Alliance encampment there. He just I'm sorry, Malbourne. It's a dumb run. I'm just, you know, it's moments like that where you're just like, oh yeah, he seems untouchable, and then he just runs into an Alliance camp, gets himself handed to him. It's a funny moment all the same, but you know, trying to go back to making it a little bit more serious. He's had a really good run, and despite the slower leveling zone, it hasn't seemed to stop him all too much. So who knows? Maybe this is what he needs. Maybe this is how it is. Maybe he just, you know, he gets really good with the shock runs, and that's all there is to it. And he doesn't have to do anything worrying about speed leveling, because everybody else doesn't actually bother to catch back up with him. We'll see soon. You know, there's going to be probably quite a few more days of this challenge left, so things could change for the better or for worse. But all we know is that right now Malbourne is the undisputed king of the run here, and it looks like he's maybe gonna get the level right here. It looks like like everything's slowed down, so he's got it right there, level 25, and we watch him go down. So Malbourne finally gets himself knocked down after, I believe, 5 levels. Very good run for him, but we're gonna go ahead and fix over to the final stats here. So in 12th place, Stalwrath, level 7, you know, a few more levels here, but not enough to really get himself going like he wanted to. 11th place, Groltall, still hasn't really done anything since day 2, so that's a little bit concerning. He may find himself out of a spot here if he doesn't hurry up soon. In 10th place, we have Mai Lang. Considering her run yesterday, or rather the day 5 run, she's doing pretty good, so can't really complain too much on that front. In 9th place, Yundell has managed to get 3 levels from level 9 to level 12. You know, getting herself back into the competition after a few rough days. we can't really complain on that front either. Inara in 8th place, I think she tried to go ahead and find a timeline, but because of the fact that the shock took her out before she was able to do so, she finds herself sitting in Stormwind, so unfortunate for her. In 7th place, Mandy, another person who just kind of fell out before she was able to get anything going here, so she still finds herself sitting towards the bottom end of the run here. In 6th place, we have Long Hail, managing to pass quite a few people to get himself into the level 13 zone, but you know, who knows? Maybe he'll be a contender in the future. In 5th place, Vano was another person who didn't really get a chance to level here, but has had pretty good runs up until this point, so we can't really say that this has been, you know, anything more than just a minor flop. In 4th place, Gruelstack, sitting at level 17, managed to get 1 level out of this run. Still finds himself in one of the top tiers, so again, can't really complain on that front either. In 3rd place, Kazax has had a couple days where he has just kind of been but, you know, he still finds himself up here in the top just due to the fact he had a good day 2 run. In 2nd place, you have Marienda. She has managed to pass Kazax and make herself the queen of the run here, so we're expecting more from her. She hasn't had a flop yet. And, of course, in 1st place, your king, your undisputed runner, Malbourne. Just a good run overall for him, so congratulations to him. He's able to stay for another day. And pretty much just going to cover it up for us. Remember to comment the video and like it if you want to see more of the type of content that we have going on here. Subscribe for more and be notified of our videos. We try to post at least once every week. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.